any parameters related to the transformer, then I need to convert that transformer device into some electrical parameters. So those electrical parameters representation, it is nothing but what? Equivalent circuit. Circuit means what? It is a combination of electrical passive elements. Yes or no? So now here this equivalent circuit, it is the combination of fixed and variable resistances and reactances. Resistances and reactances which exactly simulates performance and working of the machine. So after drawing that circuit diagram, if I know the values of those resistances and reactances, and if I use those values for calculation of any efficiency or voltage regulation, then that will give us the information about performance of the transformer. And such kind of the circuit, we call it as the equivalent circuit of the transformer. It means that that equivalent circuit is more than sufficient to tell all the details of the particular transformer. If I want to estimate any performance of the transformer, then I will convert that transformer into one electrical circuit, which is having fixed and variable resistances followed by reactances. Once if you use those values for calculation purpose, these values will give us what? Required results, like for example, efficiency and voltage regulation, which will finally give us performance of the transformer. For that sake, we say here that which exactly simulates performance and working of the machine. So in real time, how it is going to work. So if I want to know, then I should know it's performing equivalent circuit parameters. So if I use those parameters, then those parameters will give us the performance evaluation, the characteristics like efficiency as well as regulation. And such a circuit we call it as equivalent circuit of transformer. Okay. Still how many are waiting? Okay, so now still many of the students that are showing. Those who have joined just now, give me your attendance in the chat box. So now coming back to the equivalent circuit here. So this equivalent circuit, it is having magnetizing branch. So this equivalent circuit of transformer, it is having certain circuit components. Which are those circuit components? Let us see here. So in the previous transformer phasor diagram, while I was explaining, I told you in the primary circuit there will be magnetizing branch. This branch what I have explained to you in the previous class, right? I hope you remember this one. Yes or no? Have you remembered this circuit diagram I have explained in the previous class? Yes?
Remember.
Okay. For a transformer, no load circuit current has two components. Which are those no load current I naught? It has two components. One is Im, which is given by I naught sine pi naught, and this is the magnetizing component, and this is Ic, that is I naught cos pi naught, which is responsible for total core loss, that we call it as active component. See here, within 5 minutes, all of you join it. Otherwise, afterwards, it is creating problem for us to explain here. In between, I need to interrupt and I should keep on admitting the students here. For that sake. So now, this part we call it as no load equivalent circuit or magnetizing branch, and this will be coming on primary side or secondary side. Yes, this will come on which side of the transformer? Primary side or secondary side? Yesterday I told you.
Primary.
Primary side. Very good. So now This we call it as magnetizing branch or excitation branch or no load equivalent circuit. So now, whenever we don't have any load on the secondary side of the transformer, then it will be having no load current I naught. Once it reaches to the magnetizing branch, it is getting split into two current components. One is current IC, another is current IM. So IC is the active component which is responsible for total losses in the transformer, and this current IC is flowing through the no load resistance R naught, whereas magnetizing current IM, which is responsible for producing the in the transformer core, it is flowing through the no load reactance X naught, and this whole circuit we call it as no load equivalent circuit. This whole circuit we call it as no load equivalent circuit. So whenever transformer is not having any connected load on the secondary side, then it is having some magnetizing circuit. So that magnetizing circuit is nothing but this part, and this is there at primary side. Here no load current I naught is divided into two components: IM, that is magnetizing current flowing through no load reactance X naught, and then active component IC flowing through no load resistance R naught, and this is my primary voltage V1. So from this circuit diagram, I can say that resistance, no load resistance R naught is equal to V1 by IC. Input voltage V1 divided by current flowing through the R naught, that is IC. So R naught is equal to V1 by IC. Similarly, X naught, no load reactance X naught is equal to input voltage V1 divided by current flowing through X naught is IM. So X naught is equal to total voltage available across X naught, that is V1, divided by magnetizing current IM, that is X naught is equal to V1 by IM. Then the value of IM is what? In terms of I naught, IM is nothing but I naught sine pi naught, whereas IC is equal to I naught cos pi naught. This much thing first you have to write it. Write the formula for IM, that is I naught sine pi naught. Then write the value for IC, that is I naught cos pi naught. Say that IM is equal to magnetizing component, IC is equal to active component. Then draw this circuit diagram. From this circuit diagram, you write the expression for no load resistance R naught, no load reactance X naught. R naught given by V1 by IC, X naught given by V1 by IM. Right? And these are all present at the primary side. Is it clear? This is the first basic step what you have to explain whenever the question is asked, like with a neat sketch, explain the equivalent circuit of a transformer starting from the fundamentals. Usually this is 8 to 10 marks in the final examination. Okay. So first you need to write the definition of equivalent circuit of transformer. What is that? Equivalent circuit of machine means combination of fixed and variable resistances and reactances. Resistance means R, reactance means X, which simulates performance and working of the machine. Then you write what is this IM, what is this IC, draw this magnetizing branch. From that you write the expression for R naught. From this diagram you write the expression for X naught. Then your first basic work is over now. Is it clear all of you? Shall I move to the next slide? And this diagram is present whenever load is not connected. Suppose what happens if I connect some load on the secondary side. If I connect some load on the secondary side of the transformer, then it will draw the extra current. Okay, that is what here we have seen. When the load is connected to the transformer, then secondary current I2 flows. This causes voltage drop across R2. Whenever, wait a minute. So, whenever some load is connected, then current I2 will start to flow. Then this current I2, what it will do? It will cause drop across R2 and X2. Actually, here there is some misprint. This is not R2 and R2. One is R2, another is X2. Make that correction. R2 and X2 it is. Okay. Due to current I2, primary draws an additional current. So whenever current I2 will start to flow because of the connected load, then secondary current, what it will do, it will draw extra current from the primary side, and that current we call it as I2 dash. I2 dash, yesterday we have seen I2 dash is equal to K times of I2. I2 dash is equal to, I2 dash is equal to I2 by K. Okay. Now I1 is the phasor addition of I0 and I2 dash. Yesterday we have seen. What is this I1? I1 is the primary current I1 is the primary load current that is flowing on the primary side, this one. And I0 is what? What is this I0? I0 is no load current. And whenever we connect some load ZL here, then this current I2 will start to flow through the secondary side. And this I2, what it will do? It will draw extra current from the primary side, that we call it as current I2 dash. Now, I1 is the vector sum of I0 plus I2 dash. I1 means primary current I1 is equal to vector sum of I0 dash plus I2 dash. Now I1 is the phasor addition of I0 and I2 dash. This I1 causes the voltage drop across primary resistance and reactance. So whenever current will start to flow through this primary circuit diagram, then there is a drop I1 R1 as well as there is a drop I1 X1 also. Okay. Now this is your basic equivalent circuit diagram of the transformer. What you need to do? In the previous slide, we have shown only for magnetizing branch, which is there in your primary circuit of the transformer. Then you represent whole components of the transformer. So you represent this magnetizing branch on the primary side. Primary side, it is having its own resistance R1. It is having its own reactance X1, primary current I1, primary voltage V1, active current IC, no load resistance R0, magnetizing current IM, no load reactance X0, no load current I0, then active load component current I2 dash. So all these things you need to first draw the circuit diagram and represent all those by electrical notations. Okay. Then comes induced EMF on the primary side, that is E1. Similarly, on the secondary side, secondary winding, it is having its own induced EMF E2. Then comes its own second resistance R2, secondary reactance X2, then load terminal voltage V2, and connected load is ZL. Is it clear, all of you? So this is the basic equivalent circuit of the transformer. First, we have shown only for magnetizing branch. Then we are going to draw complete diagram. Is it clear?
So explain, sir.
Yes.
Sir, while applying KVL, what we should take the V, sir, voltage?
Which one?
While applying to AC circuit, sir.
Voltage will be AC only. Wait a minute, some of the students are admitting here. Here, I am not getting you.
Sir, while applying the KVL loop to AC circuit.
Yesterday, if
in
you
previous slide, sir.
In the previous slide, here.
Yes, sir.
Here we are not applying KVL, we are applying KCL here. I0 is equal to IC plus IM. I0 is equal to IC plus IM, and that too it is magnetizing branch.
In this note, sir, that first slide, we applied that KVL loop to that circuit, sir.
That's phasor diagram. Here.
Yes, here. Sir. This is. Yes, sir.
This is yesterday's topic, phasor diagram. Here we are not highlighting for that magnetizing branch. Here actually that magnetizing branch will be there, but for making the things easier, we are not highlighting the phasor diagram. Sorry, magnetizing branch. Here, yesterday I told you that as per Lenz's law, E1 is the effect and V1 is the cause. So effect will oppose to the cause. So effect E1 will oppose to the cause means if I apply KVL to this primary side, then I can say that V1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I1 X1 plus E1 as per this KVL. But E1 opposed to V1 means I should take negative sign. For that sake, we write primary side KVL as V1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I1 X1 minus E1. Are you getting my point?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. But we take loop from anti-clockwise, it will not come the same answer, sir.
How? See, source is what here? Source is V1, right? If you move in the same clockwise direction, it should be actually...
Then it become minus I1 R1 and minus I1 X.
No. Actually, source is V1 here. All are positive drops only. If you consider in that way, I1 R1, I1 X1 plus E1 it will be actually. But here, this voltage drop will oppose to the source. If there is opposition, means there will be negative sign, not positive sign. So we are writing I1 R1 plus I1 X1, but whereas this we are taking in place of plus, this we are taking it as minus here. There is opposition. Try to go. Have you gone through the concept? What I told you to read? Yes. In previous classes, I
Yes,
told
sir.
you, as per Lenge's law, E1 will oppose to the V1 here. For that sake, we are taking minus sign. But as per your conventional rule, it will be V1 is equal to I1 R1 plus I1 X1 plus E1. But only
That's
because,
okay, sir.
then
But we when we take a KVL loop called anti-clockwise, sir.
you don't, why you are taking in anti-clockwise? When things are easier with this same direction, and whatever phasor diagram we are deriving, we are considering in the clockwise direction only here. If you want to take in anti-clockwise, means once again same thing will be there. In place of whatever positive sign will be there, V1 is equal to, all positive values will become negative, and now this will become positive in that way if you take
Oh,
anti-clockwise
okay.
direction. Are you
Okay.
getting? If you
Yes,
go in a reverse direction, whichever earlier positive values are there, they will become negative, and now this negative value will become positive in other way.
sir. Sir, in the anti-clockwise, so why E1 will become positive?
Which one?
E1, sir, E1.
See, here we are, the concept is what here, this induced EMF will oppose to the V1. For that sake, we are taking a negative sign here. Opposing means what? It will
Oh,
try to
okay.
reduce, it will try to reduce to the source voltage here. It is not helping for the source voltage, it will trying to reduce the source voltage. For a
Okay, sir.
reduction value, we need to take negative sign there.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
So coming back to the equivalent circuit concept here, first you should draw this magnetizing branch, and then you draw a whole circuit diagram indicating primary circuit parameters, secondary circuit parameters, followed by this first exciting branch. Is it clear, all of you? And rewrite all those parameters: R1, X1, I2 dash, I0, IC, IM, R0, X0, E1, I1 and V1. Similarly on the secondary side, E2, R2, X2, E2 and ZL. Is it clear, all of you? And this is the basic equivalent circuit diagram of your transformer. Is it clear, all of you? Shall I move to the next slide now? Any one of you responds to my question here? Shall I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now next slide is what? What we are trying to do is that we are trying to shift the secondary side parameters to the primary, or all primary side parameters to the secondary. Are you getting my point? Secondary side parameters means what? R2, X2, E2 and V2, ZL. So if I transfer all these secondary side parameters to the primary side, then R2 will become R2 dash, X2 will become X2 dash, E2 will become E2 dash, V2 will become V2 dash, ZL will become ZL dash. Means I need to transfer the things, all secondary parameters from secondary to primary. Means I'm moving in the backward direction. I'm moving in the backward direction. Or else I can also do, I can transfer primary side parameters, that is V1, I1, R1, X1, I2 dash, I0, IC, IM, R0, X0, E1, all parameters which are pertaining to the primary side, that I can move it to the secondary also. In that case, R1 will become R1 dash, X1 will become X1 dash, I2 dash will become I2 dash, already it will be there, it will become I2. This will be I0 dash, IC dash, R0 dash, IM dash, X0 dash, E1 dash, V1 dash, I1 dash. So if I move the things from primary to secondary, it means it is forward direction. Are you getting? From primary to secondary, if I am transferring, then it is a forward direction. Or if I am transferring from secondary to primary, then it will be what? I request whose mic is on? I'm getting disturbance here. Some noise kind of disturbance I'm getting here. Whose mic is on? Just you turn it off. Whose mic? So here I told you that I can transfer all primary side parameters to the secondary side. If it transfer the parameters from primary to secondary, means it is forward path. Or I can also transfer all secondary parameters to the primary side. From secondary to primary means it is backward direction. or from primary to secondary means it is forward direction. Always remember, if I move the things from primary, if I move the things from primary to secondary, then this primary parameter, it will become r1 dash, x1 dash, i2 dash. Sorry, this will become simply i2. This will become i0 dash, ic dash, im dash, r0 dash, x0 dash. Similarly, I can move the to primary, that in the reverse direction. Who is that? So now here you can see, but in the equivalent circuit, windings are not shown, and it is further simplified by transferring all the values to the primary or secondary. So now, after drawing this diagram, I can transfer all these values from this to this or from this to this. Okay, this makes the transformer calculation much easy. Why we are trying to move? Just to make our calculations more easier. Okay, so transferring secondary parameters to primary, we get. So now, what is the thing we are doing? We are transferring secondary parameters to primary. From secondary to primary means which direction it is, whether it is primary or backward direction. Sorry, whether it is forward or backward direction.
Backward direction.
From secondary to primary, from this to this, backward direction. So remember, whenever we are moving the things from secondary to primary means it is backward direction, and in that case, R2 will become R2 dash, X2 will become X2 dash, this will become E2 dash, V2 dash, ZL dash. So now what is the value of this R2 dash? Let us see here. So R2 dash is given by original resistance, second resistance R2 divided by K square. X2 dash will become X2 by K square. Z2 dash, Z2 or ZL, both are same. Z2 or ZL will become ZL dash, that is equal to ZL by K square. Whereas your impedance, secondary induced EMF E2 will become E2 dash. E2 dash is equal to E2 by K, it is E2 by K only. And now I2 will become I2 dash. I2 dash is equal to K times of I2, K is where K is nothing but transformation ratio, that is equal to NP by N. So now here what we are seeing is that whenever we are moving the things from secondary to primary, resistance should be divided by K square, reactance should be divided by K square, impedance should be divided by K square. Resistance, reactance and impedance Z, all these things whenever we are moving from secondary to primary, that is in the backward direction, we need to divide their same values by K square, K square, K square, K square. But whereas voltage, this will become V2 dash, sorry, E2 dash, this will become V2 dash. So voltage should be divided by only single K. It will be divided by only single K. But whereas your current I2, now it will become I2 dash. But now this I2 dash, instead of dividing, it should be multiplied by single K. Are you getting? Whenever we are moving the things from secondary to primary, then resistance, reactance, impedance, it should be divided by K square, whereas voltage should be divided by single K, whereas current should be multiplied by single K, provided if I am moving the things from secondary to primary. So after transferring the things from secondary to primary, then how my circuit will look like? Let us see now. So after moving the secondary parameters to primary, next your modified circuit diagram will be looking like this. Primary side parameters will remain as it is, they won't get disturbed. This is V1, I1, X1, R1, Z1, I0, IC, IM, R0, X0, E1. They are all same. The only thing is I have transferred secondary parameters to primary. In that case, R2 will become R2 dash, X2 will become X2 dash. Combination of R and X is Z. So for that sake, this will become Z2 dash. And now load terminal voltage will become V2 dash. Impedance will become ZL dash. Right. So what is the value of R2 dash? R2 by K square, X2 by K square, Z2 by K square, V. And coming to the voltage will become V2 by K, whereas current I2 dash is what here? It is simply multiplied by single K. I2 dash is nothing but K times of I2. And now this primary induced EMF, it is as good as secondary induced EMF when it is transferred to the primary side. E1 is equal to E2 dash. So to this circuit diagram, we say that exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. So if I move the things, this is my basic equivalent circuit diagram. If I move the things from secondary to primary, then that circuit diagram we call it as exact equivalent circuit, but it is referred to what? Primary side, means I have transferred all secondary parameters to primary side. I have transferred all secondary parameters to primary side. For that sake, we are calling this as exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. Is it clear all of you? This core part is absent here now. This core part, now R2 will come on this side, X2 will come on this side, E2 will come on this side, V2 will come on this side, ZL will come on this side. So altogether, they are characterized by dash sign, R2 dash, X2 dash, E2 dash, V2. But when this E2 dash will be transferred to primary, then during that period of time, E1 will become equal to E2 dash. For that sake only, E1 is equal to E2 dash. Here we have represented. Is it clear all of you? Now core part is not, this core part is absent here. Are you getting? And this circuit we call it as exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. Means all secondary parameters I have transferred to the primary, and this circuit diagram we call it as exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. Yes, do you have any doubts? And remember, whenever we are moving the things from secondary to primary, resistance, reactance, and impedance, they have to be divided by K square, whereas voltage is, that is V2 or E value, they have to be divided by single K, whereas current has to be multiplied by single K. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in the same way, like how I have transferred from secondary to primary, now in the reverse way also I can do. What is that reverse order? I can transfer all these primary parameters to the secondary. I can transfer all these primary parameters to the secondary. It means which direction I am moving now? Forward or backward?
Forward.
I am moving in the forward direction. So now whenever we are moving from primary to secondary, now you are getting another equivalent circuit, that is equivalent circuit referred to secondary side. Why? Because I have transferred all primary circuit parameters to the secondary side. So because of that reason, now this R1 will become R1 dash, X1 will become X1 dash, I2 dash will be I2, this will become I0 dash. Similarly, the remaining parameters. Now you only tell me this will the value of R2 dash. Earlier it was R2 by K square, but now your new value of R1 dash, when I'm moving the things from primary to secondary, instead of dividing by K square, now it has to be multiplied by K square. Earlier it was R2 dash means what? R2 by K square, X2 by K square, E2 by K, V2 by K, ZL by K square, then I2 into K. But now reverse order. Wherever division is there, now to apply multiplication. Wherever multiplication it was there I have to divide it. Are you getting? So now R1 dash is equal to what? R1 by K square, sorry, R1 into K square. X1 dash is equal to what? X1 into K square. I2 dash, now this will become simply I2, which is nothing but earlier current was getting multiplied, but now if it is multiplication means here I should divide it, yes or no? So now I2 will be what? This will become I2 by K, this will become I0 by K, IC by K, IM by K, R0 into K square, X0 into K square, and this will be E1 into K. And if I transfer all these things from primary to secondary, next my modified circuit diagram will be equivalent circuit referred to secondary side. This is. So all secondary parameters, sorry, primary parameters I have moved to the secondary side. Because of that, I am getting R1 dash, X1 dash, Z1 dash, I0 dash, R0 dash, X0 dash. Now voltage induced at the primary side becomes E1 dash, that is equal to secondary induced EMF E2. This is I2. I2 dash will become I2, then R2, and this is X2, Z2. These are as it is because I have not transferred secondary parameters. Only I have transferred primary parameters. So now the value of R1 dash is what? Whether it is R1 by K square or R1 into K square. Whether I should divide it or I should multiply it by K square.
Multiply.
You have to multiply it. Very good. So this will be R1. Wait a minute. Some of the students they are joining now. So now this will be R1 into K square, X1 into K square, Z1 into K square. But what about current now? I0 dash is equal to, whether I should divide it or multiply it?
Divide, sir.
Divide by single K or K square?
K.
Always remember, for resistance, reactance, and for impedance, term operator is K square. For R, X, and Z, operator term is Z square, whereas for voltage, there is only single K. Similarly, for current also only single K. But how that K is operated is different here. So for primary to secondary means all the things I am moving from primary to secondary means resistance, reactance, impedance, it is multiplied by K square, but whereas current will be divided by single K, whereas your voltage V1 dash will be equal to what? Now you only tell me what is the value of V1 dash?
K square into V1.
V1 dash is equal to, in terms of K, V1 dash is equal to, whether I should, yes, I told you only single K I have to operate.
V1 into K.
V1 into K, very good. So this will be V1 into K. Similarly, what about E1 dash? E1 dash is equal to
E1 into K.
E1 into K. What about I0 dash? I0 by K, because it is current means it has to be divided now. And here I have not shown IC and IM. Even IC dash, IM dash may also appear. IC dash will be equal to what? IC by K, IM by K. R0 dash will be what? R0 dash is equal to
R0 into K square.
similarly X0 dash is equal to
X0 into K square.
K square. Very good. So this is the rule while we are transferring the things from primary to secondary. So always remember, from primary to secondary means it is forward direction, then R, X, and Z, they are multiplied by K square, whereas voltage is multiplied by single K, current is divided by single K. Whereas if we are moving the things from secondary to primary, then we are moving in the backward direction. Then R, X, and Z, they should be divided by K square, whereas voltage should be divided by single K, whereas current has to be multiplied by single K. Is it clear?
Sir, why we should transfer from primary to secondary, second to primary?
See here, this calculation is for our for making the things more easier while calculating the efficiency and voltage regulation, because we need to calculate its performance at the end, right? So to calculate its performance, we are in the requirement of all these values, R0, X0, I0, and all, right? So while we are using those things, no, need to make the circuit more easier, then only I can calculate efficiency and voltage regulation very easily. For that sake, we are trying to transfer for the values from primary to secondary or secondary to primary. But one thing you remember, either you can move the things from primary to secondary or secondary to primary, performance is not going to change. Why? Because there are set of rules what we have to follow. From primary to secondary means R, X, and Z, they should be multiplied by K square. They should, and E should be multiplied, what is that? E should be multiplied by single K. Current should be divided by single K. And similarly, when things are moved from secondary to primary, then reverse order we have to follow. So this set of rules, if you follow, then whether it is primary to secondary or secondary to primary, then performance or voltage regulation or efficiency values, they are unaltered. And we are moving the things from primary to secondary just to make the circuit more easier to estimate the performance. Performance means efficiency, voltage regulation. Remember,
Okay.
if you directly take the things as it is, then what I should do from this circuit diagram? Yes or no? R1 is this much, X1 is this, but what I have to do with those values? Ultimately, I should reach to some conclusion, right? That conclusion is nothing but what? Performance, that is efficiency and voltage regulation. So if I want to calculate its ultimate result, the result is efficiency and voltage regulation, which will give the performance for us. So those performance values, they are dependent on all these factors, and these factors, if I make it more easier, then it becomes more easier for me to do the calculation. For that sake, when we solve the problems, no, you will feel its importance. Okay, this is just basics for your next concept, that is what is it? Efficiency and voltage regulation. Whenever we are calculating, we are going to take the help of all these equivalent circuit values there. Okay, so we have seen, first we have seen magnetizing branch, then basic equivalent circuit diagram, Then
Sir,
you are
I1,
yes,
I1 should be I1 dash, no, sir?
yes, it will become I1 dash, because if I am moving the things from I primer to secondary, then I1 will become obviously I1 dash, because I1 dash now it will be what is moving from primer to secondary means forward direction. This will be I1 by K. Are you getting? This will become I1 dash,
Yes,
R1
sir.
dash, X1 dash, but now I2 dash will become simply I2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first is this basic magnetizing branch, then this is my basic equivalent circuit. Then I have moved the things from secondary to primary. Then this will be equivalent circuit referred to primary. Similarly, if I move primary parameters to secondary, then it will be exact equivalent circuit referred to sorry, from this to this means primary, from this to this means secondary. Both exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. Referred to primary means move secondary parameters to the primary side. Refer to secondary means move move primary parameters to secondary side. And the last circuit diagram is approximate equivalent circuit diagram. Approximate means what we are doing is that if this magnetizing branch, it is present in between primary and secondary parameters, then it becomes complex for us to do the calculation. Yes or no? It becomes complex for us to do the calculation. For that sake, what we are doing is that we are entirely shifting this magnetizing branch to the source side. We are completely transferring the magnetizing branch to the source side, assuming that it is not going to cause much drop in the voltage. And if I shift this magnetizing branch to the source V1 dash, then you can see that R1 dash and R2 will appear in series. Similarly, X1 dash and X2 will appear in series. Yes or no? If you move this entire branch to the source, then R1 dash plus R2, this will become series combination. Similarly, X1 dash and X2 will become, it will appear in series. So, to make the things more easier for our calculation purpose, we are shifting the, magnetizing branch to the source side. So that next updated circuit diagram, I can call that circuit diagram by the name approximate equivalent circuit. So the magnetizing branch, which was earlier at this position, now I have taken to the source side. Source means V1 here. So now in that case, primary resistance and secondary resistance referred to primary side, both they will appear in series. Similarly, X1 and X2 dash will appear in series. So now I can make the calculations more easier. Are you getting? Yes. If we shift the magnetizing branch to the source side to make the calculations more easier, then that circuit diagram we call it as approximate equivalent circuit diagram. So now here these are all parameters which are referred to primary side, because I have moved secondary parameters to the primary side. For that sake, this is our primary circuit parameters. For that sake, now the name for this will be approximate equivalent circuit referred to primary side. Are you getting? So if R1 and R2 dash will appear in series, means R1 plus R2 dash will become R1E, equivalent resistance referred to primary side. X1 and X2 dash will become X1E. Let us see that. After adding R1 and R2 dash, after adding X1 and X2 dash, circuit diagram will be next for this one. R1 and R2 dash is R1E, X1 and X2 dash will become X1E. What is this R1E? R1 is nothing but R1 plus R2 dash, X1E is nothing but X1 plus X2 dash. So now this is equivalent resistance referred to primary side, equivalent resistance referred to primary side. The combination of R and X is impedance. Combination of R and X is impedance, that is Z1E. Z1E is nothing but primary equivalent impedance referred to primary side. Are you getting all of you? So this diagram is what? This is your approximate equivalent circuit. Is it clear, all of you? Till here you are supposed to explain. If the question is with starting from the fundamentals, draw and explain equivalent circuit of transformer means. Draw and explain the equivalent circuit of transformer means. First you should write the definition, then these values, then you draw for this circuit diagram, then straight away you can draw this basic equivalent circuit diagram and if I transfer the things from secondary to primary, that is backward direction, then that circuit diagram will be exact equivalent circuit referred to primary side. If I move the things from primary to secondary, then it will be exact equivalent circuit referred to secondary side. So whenever you are transferring the things, circuit diagram will be like this. And all these formulas, whatever we have shown here, this you have to write it. Okay, these formulas you have to write it. This is exact equivalent circuit referred to primary. This is exact equivalent circuit referred to secondary. Now, to make the things more easier for our calculation purpose, we are shifting the magnetizing branch to the source side, and then by doing that, assuming drops will be negligible, then we can say that R1 dash and R2 will appear in series, R1 X1 dash and X2 will appear in series. Then that next modified circuit diagram will be approximate equivalent circuit diagram. Then add for R1 and R2 dash, this will be R1E, X1 and X2 dash will be X1E. Finally, till here you have to draw all the circuit diagrams. For each and every circuit diagram, you are supposed to write the formulas also. Till here you have to explain for what is that equivalent circuit of transformer. Is it clear, all of you? Yes? Do you have any doubts? Any one of you answer to my question?
Sir, where is E1 and E2, sir?
What?
E1 and E2.
See here, E1 and E2, actually it will be at this point, right? So here we
Yes,
are
sir.
saying that drop is very less. Drop is very less means E1 and E2 will be at this point. Are you getting? E1
Yes.
is equal to E2 dash. It will be present over here, but here we are not presented. It will be across magnetizing branch. Just shift the entire magnetizing branch to the source side. Then remaining resistance and reactance corresponding values will become series. Then those series combination will be R1 plus R2 dash, that is R1E, X1 plus X2 dash is X1E, combination of R and X is Z1E. Till here you have to draw the circuit diagram and write the corresponding equations also. And this will be one of the important question. So yesterday's circuit phasor diagram is also important, and today's this exact equivalent circuit also important concept. And using this concept only, we are going to estimate efficiency and voltage regulation of transformer in next experimental method, that is open circuit and short circuit test on transformer. Are you getting, all of you? Yes? Do you have any doubts? Shall I wind up now? Any one of you, just you reply to my question.
Yes, sir.
So today you need to go through all these concepts. First you write this circuit definition, then this value, then you draw for no load equivalent circuit diagram, then you draw this basic equivalent circuit diagram, corresponding equations after transferring, what will be the equation, what will be the exact equivalent circuit diagram, refer to primary, refer to secondary, and corresponding equations. And finally, approximate equivalent circuit. Till here you are supposed to write if the question will be asked in the final VATU exam. Is it clear, all of you? Around 5 to 6 circuit diagrams will be there for this concept, and for all those circuit diagrams you need to write the equations also. Do you have any doubts? Shall I wind up now? How many are there here present? See, 44 students are there, but no one is ready to reply to my question. Shall I wind up now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Do you
sir.
have any doubts?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
from my given notes, just today you just go through the concept of equivalent circuit. So practice all 6 circuit diagrams and write all those equations. Equations are very simple. So today your work is you need to practice equivalent circuit concept. Are you going to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.
We'll meet in the next class. And okay.